Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shell Point today for Tuesday, August the 23rd. I'm Dan Philgreen, and on today's show, Kate Sullivan will visit with young concert pianist Noah Waddell and talk about Thursday's Symphony concert at the Village Church. And we'll get another fit tip from fitness instructor Melanie Brode. But first, do you have a well-organized file of your finances and healthcare documents that you could provide in the case of an unexpected emergency? Can you provide the information needed if someone else needed to step in and coordinate them for you? Well, if those questions give you pause, then you might want to attend the Organizing My Documents presentation in the Social Center tomorrow. Resident Support Services Manager Janine Hammond will provide you with all the information and helpful suggestions that you'll need to be able to get better organized. The presentation starts at 10:15 a.m. tomorrow, so make sure that you sign up. Do you like to laugh? Most people do. Well, there's a great opportunity for laughter on Thursday in an outing to the Alliance for the Arts. The Theater Conspiracy presents The Book of Liz, the story of a girl who makes cheese balls for the religious community where she lives. Feeling unappreciated, she tries her luck in the outside world. Don't miss this cheesy comedy. The cost of the outing and the play is $25, and court pickups begin on the island at 7 p.m., so make sure that you get signed up now. And one final note. Volunteers are needed to assist with the annual Holiday Bazaar Craft Show on November 4th and 5th. If interested, please call Beth Crenshaw at 454-2290. The Summer Concert Series here at Shell Point has a bonus concert taking place on Thursday. The Southwest Florida Symphony Chamber Orchestra will fill the auditorium of the Village Church with the wonderful sounds of Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik, a little serenade, and other light, popular classical pieces. One of the performers in the orchestra will be the young, talented pianist Noah Waddell. Kate Sullivan of Eagles Preserve visited with him recently in our studios.
Hi, I'm Kate Sullivan, one of your neighbors from Eagles Preserve. On Thursday, August 25th at 7:30 p.m., the Southwest Florida Symphony returns to the Village Church. Tickets are $25 each and are available at either service desk or online at www.shellpoint.net. Maestro Nir Cabaretti is kicking off the 56th season early by adding this summer staycation concert. It's part of the small stage symphonies that are brought to different performance venues around the area. This concert will feature Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik. In addition to that, there will be a piano soloist performing, and we are fortunate enough to have that pianist with us here today. Some of you may recognize Noah Waddell, who has performed here several times in solo piano recitals. Welcome, Noah.
Hello.
Yeah, so you were born on Tax Day, April 15th, 2001. And you started playing the piano at?
When I was 7.
Okay, and then you got a little bit more serious at what age?
I started getting serious with the piano around 10.
Okay, that's when you entered your first competition?
Actually, that was my second competition, but that was when I really started enjoying the piano, was after winning the Steinway piano competition.
Okay, so that was in 2011.
Correct.
Now, by my count, since 2011, that's 5 years, buddy, you have won more than 20 awards. Remarkable. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. So how do you qualify for these competitions?
Well, competitions require certain repertoire, and we have to follow those guidelines, and usually they require the Baroque, then the classical, and then the Romantic period.
Okay, so do you have to be recommended by a teacher, or do you just fill out the papers and say, I want to play?
Sometimes you have to be recommended, or no, not recommended by a teacher, but you can just fill out the papers like you said.
Okay. And how many competitors would you find at one of these competitions?
Well, in international competition, for example, thousands of competitors enter, but maybe no more than like 20 or 30 get into the competition, and then it's narrowed down to.
So I would imagine that winning one of these competitions brings opportunities and open doors that you would not have had prior to the winning. And one of those, I would think, would be like playing with symphonies that never heard of your name before.
Mm-hmm.
So you first played with the symphony when you were 11 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you reach the pedals?
Barely.
Okay. So how many symphonies have you played with, and which ones have you enjoyed most?
Well, this will be my second time with the Southwest Florida Symphony, but I have also performed with the Gulf Coast Symphony and Coral Gables Chamber Symphony and others.
Tampa?
Oh yeah, and the Tampa Bay Symphony. And that was really my Tampa Bay Symphony was the debut, and it was just a great experience playing the Beethoven Third Piano Concerto, which is known for its intensity
Big
and
piece.
powerfulness.
Yeah, okay. Now, to achieve this level of excellence requires a great deal of work. How much do you practice?
I usually practice about 5 hours a day.
Holy cow, when do you have time to do anything else?
Well, I work it in.
Now, do your dogs sit by your feet when you do this rehearsing?
My dogs, Bach and Mozart,
Bach and Mozart, excellent.
they jump up on the couch and they'll stay there for hours listening to me practice.
Nice.
They just love the music, and they even know how to play the piano sometimes.
Tell me about that. How does that work?
Well, my dog, Bach, he will jump up on the piano bench and he'll go into my lap and he'll start like depressing the keys. Like he likes the sound, so
How cute.
I make it fun for him
Oh,
too.
that's great. What a nice thing to have happen. Where do you go to school?
I attend a private Christian school called Cross Point Academy, and I'm in 10th grade, and
Okay.
I really enjoy the school. It's just well-rounded, nice place, and just the teachers there are great.
Super. So 10th grade, a lot big year. Some decisions start to be made, right? Looking at where you might go for further education or deciding if you're going to go for further education. Big year this year and next for you. Good luck with that process.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, when you're not in school and you're not playing the piano, what do you like to do?
My hobbies that I enjoy are pickleball, fishing, tennis, and running.
Oh, excellent. Good. I know that when pickleball started here, some of the people went and talked to your dad about the right type of ball to have here. So your family has a big pickleball history, I think, don't they?
Yeah, my dad's the pickleball expert, pretty much.
Great. And can you beat him yet?
I've come close to beating my dad in pickleball, but my
Keep
mom
at it.
is really starting to get into pickleball.
Really good for her. Okay, now, when it's time just to shut down the engines and you just want to kick back, put your feet up, relax, and listen to some music, what's on your iPod playlist?
On my iPod playlist, I would probably say classical music is what I mostly listen to. I don't really listen to any other type of music because classical music warms my heart the most and gives me most courage and strength to conquer anything in life because it's a language that is very
Speaks to you.
speaks to you. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. I agree. Not everybody does, but I agree. So what else are you good at in school besides music?
My favorite subject in school is history, world history.
Excellent. As part of your history and studying the classical music that you do you also study the history of the music and the composers and the era in which it is composed?
Actually, in my house, I have a library of music dictionaries called The Grove, and once in a while I will look up the composers and read about them and learn about dynamic markings and stuff like that.
Cool. Okay. So if nothing else, you can do pre-concert lectures.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you going to play for us here on August 25th?
I will perform with the Southwest Florida Symphony the Haydn Concerto in D major,
Okay.
and this will be all three movements.
All three movements. Now, that's ambitious. Okay, fantastic. And how long have you been preparing this Haydn piece?
I've been preparing this Haydn Concerto for about 3 months.
So it's a month each movement?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I understand that performing here on the 25th is the first of 3 nights that you'll be performing the same concert with the symphony. That's a heavy load.
Yeah.
You'll put your fingers on vacation after that?
Maybe in fishing.
Okay, well, thanks so much for being here today, Noah.
Thank you.
And
It's my
I can't
pleasure.
wait to hear you again. Now, those of you who have heard Noah before know what to expect. Those of you who haven't, come on out and experience virtuosity rarely achieved in someone of this age. Hope to see you at the Village Church on Thursday, August 25th at 7:30. The 25 tickets are available at either service desk, online, or at the door. See you then.
And now it's time for another aquatic fit tip with Melanie Broad. Let's head out to the LifeQuest Aquatic Center to see what she's going to show us today to keep us fit in the water.
Hi, it's Melanie Broad with today's Fit Tip. Today we have switched apparatuses to a barbell. Can I see your barbells real quick, everybody? Can you hold them up? They're all different sizes. Obviously, the bigger they are, the more buoyant and harder they are to work, okay? So today we're gonna push them down so they're right underneath your shoulders. And what you do is you get deep enough where you're not touching the bottom and you just hover in an upright standing position. That's all you do. It's working your shoulders, your triceps, and believe it or not, it's balance because it's you controlling your center of mass. So how hard is that? Okay, so to add a little arm, you can do a little punch. Give me a little pump. Give me a little arm pump. Don't move your feet. Your lower body's rigid and you'd pump your arms. How about a one arm pump? So that just makes it a little lopsided, makes you engage your core a little bit. Don't forget to do the other arm. You could do this one for, 3-4 minutes, just holding it. Engage your triceps, keep your core tight. Awesome job, everybody. And that's today's Fit Tip. See you next time.
And now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hi there, and welcome to the happenings for today. I'm Michelle Tompkins, and I'm here with Bev Chanley to tell you about all the day's wonderful events. Let's start off with 7:15 a.m., a Health Connections class, Bend, Breathe, and Balance at the Island Health Club. 8 a.m., we have pickleball over on the game court at the Island. And then we're going to move to 8 a.m., round robin tennis over at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. 8:15 is the Stamp Ministry, Volunteers Welcome. That's in the Stamp Room on the Island. 8:30, we have ladies golf at the Shell Point Golf Club. 9:15 a.m. is open painting down at the Art Studio on the Island. 9:15, shuffleboard at the Shuffleboard Court on the Island. At 9:30, we have match play mixed doubles tennis at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. 10 a.m., the Susie Q trip over to Doc Ford's or the Dixie Fish Company. Sign up is required. 10:15 through the Bible study group in the Osprey Room on the Island. 11:45 is LifeQuest Healthy Living at the Osprey Room on the Island. That takes care of our morning activities. Bev, what do we have going on this afternoon?
Thanks, Michelle. We have a mixed progressive bridge game in the game room of the Woodlands, and that's at 12:30 today. At 1:15, the Knitters group will be gathering in the Osprey Room. We have the Women's Ministry's Prayer for Missions at the Village Church at 1:15. And at 1:45, we have Fun and Fitness in the Community Room at King's Crown. Get the Sweet Scoop on the Larson Pavilion is at 2 o'clock. And then we have a library book talk in the Social Center at 2:15. 2:45 is time for a Health Connections class, Balanced Basics. That'll be in the Health Club. And that's our last activity of the day. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Island Cafe, the sandwich special is a salmon club sandwich with coleslaw for $7.75. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill are grilled sirloin steak for $16.95 or grilled scallops with Maltese sauce for $19.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Welcome to the Village Church Connections. My name is Don Pullen. Have you ever planned an event that didn't go quite according to your well thought out, well laid out plans? How did it turn out? What was your response? What did you learn? I'm sure some of you may be thinking, which one? I'd like to share you my story of just that, an event that didn't quite turn out as planned. It was the summer of 1977. I was the assistant golf course superintendent at Westchester Country Club in Rye, New York. We were preparing to host the American Express Westchester Classic, a regular stop on the PGA Tour since 1967. The west course of the club was treated with tender, loving care for the nationally televised event, welcoming the likes of Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Tom Weiskopf, and Tom Watson to the greater New York City area brought out a legion of golf fans, as well as media from around the world. At the time, it was one of the few live, televised golf tournaments, which added to our desire to have everything looking just right. This was especially challenging because it was held during the second week of August. That meant we had to endure the stress of summer heat and humidity during the weeks preceding the event. Thinking back, I'm not sure which was greater, the stress on the grass or the stress on the crew that was working long and hard to create perfection. Finally, our time had arrived. We were in great shape and ready to go with only 2 weeks left. We decided to ride up to the Greater Hartford Open, looking at the preparations to make sure we hadn't missed anything. We were enjoying our day there when suddenly we heard our name mentioned over the loudspeakers, asking us to come to the tournament headquarters. When we arrived, we were told that we needed to contact our club immediately. That was the message. Nothing more than that. Needless to say, the stress level started rising pretty fast, wondering what might be the reason for the frantic call. We finally made the connection to hear the horrible news. Someone had come onto our course the night before and poured gasoline on 9 of our 18 greens. For the uninformed in our audience, gas and grass don't do well together. If any of you remember the days of cutting your own lawn and what happened if you accidentally overfilled your gas tank on your lawnmower, you know what's next. The spot on the grass would immediately turn shiny as the gas began to suck moisture out of the affected area. And then, before long, that shiny grass spot would turn brown as could be, dead as a doornail. All the way back to New York, we were wondering what we would see when we arrived. How bad will it be? Who would do that? What were we going to do? When we face circumstances that are outside of our control and not what we planned for, what is your response? Do you get anxious, upset, angry, thinking, saying, and doing things that not only don't help you face the challenge that you now have, but a response that you might even regret later, hurting someone or something else? Or do we pause, take a deep breath, ask God for help, and see if anyone around us can give us some advice that will lead to a constructive response that will truly help us straighten things out? James, the brother of Jesus, shared a story in his letter about some who thought they could control all the necessary circumstances to guarantee a winning business strategy. When pointing out the foolishness of such an arrogant attitude, he reminded us that not only are we unable to control all the details of a deal, we don't even have the ability to control the length of our lives. James 4 verse 15 reminds us of the proper attitude. What you ought to say is this, James writes, if the Lord wants us to, we will live and do this or that. Choosing to embrace God's sovereign control over the events of our lives gives us opportunity to resist responses that hurt as we trust in the Lord for the wisdom, strength, and courage we need. Sure enough, when we returned to the golf club, it was as bad as we thought. The grass was already starting to turn brown, with the tournament only 12 days away. What did we do? We started immediately to cut out the affected areas and replace them with grass from some non-tournament greens. That took about 2 whole days. Then we top-dressed the new grass with sand, doing the best we could to smooth out any bumps that would cause the ball to jump. Amazingly, we were able to hold the tournament as scheduled, TV and all. It didn't go as we planned, but at the end of the week, we had a winner. So the next time your plans go awry, trust your Heavenly Father to give you the attitude you need to make the best out of the new circumstances you're facing. He's good at it. And thank you for watching the Village Church Connections.
Thanks for joining us for today's program. Watch again tomorrow when we'll find out about a Life Quest discussion coming up where you'll learn about kayaking on the Calusa Blueway. And Ruth Duber returns with David Lee and their special guest to show us how to prepare beans in a pressure cooker. Until then, this has been Shell Point Today for Tuesday, August 23rd. Thanks for taking the time to join us, and we'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.